This is a Chucky Beat production.
Of course, it starts raining. Okay, let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey yo guys, my name is Legend. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today an awesome video I think a lot of you guys would enjoy. 5 things I love about my Yamaha YZF R-125. But first, it'll detour to the bank because once again I've got to deposit some money. The weather has been weird. I woke up, the sun was shining, then it started raining. Then it was a blue sky, I wanted to go outside, it started raining, and 5 minutes after it stopped. And now it's clearing up a little bit, I can see some blue sky here and there. So let's hope we stay dry. And now the sun is shining. Okay, so I made a video like this about my PBR and my stepbrother's ducks. I made 5 things I love about them and 5 things I hate about them. But when I made the 5 things I hate about them, a lot of people thought I was hating on him, especially the ducks video. I get a lot of comments like, oh, this is bullshit, you're just hating on the ducks, blah 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 blah, get a real bike. And no, I'm not hating on any of these bikes. I love these bikes. I love my PBR, I love the ducks, I love Mini 4-strokes in general. I love this bike, but I mean, nothing is perfect and there are always a few things that you dislike or hate on air quotes. So I'm not hating on anything. That doesn't apply to this video because this video is about 5 things I love, but I just wanted to say this because I saw a comment posted a few days ago saying, oh, you are hating on the ducks. No, that's not true. Nothing is perfect. I love the bikes, but there were just a few things that I dislike. Doesn't mean I hate them. And these clouds are so dark. I hope I can make it home. Wow, this is like crazy. I'm riding in the sun, but I see nothing but dark clouds. This is the beginning of the apocalypse. Just watch a zombie cross the road and try and take my hat off. Man, it's crazy how dark it is in the distance. It's kind of creepy. Oh, and to the left is all sun and blueness. So yeah, first thing I love about the YZF R-125 is the look. I think it's by far one of the best looking 125s out there. I personally think it looks better than the CBR. And I know that's going to piss off a few people, but that's just personal opinion. And I think this looks better than the CBR. I've been on one before. I think it looks awesome. And I think if a non-bike guy sees this bike standing here, and it's not with the 125 stickers because that gives it away, but if you take off the 125 stickers and a non-bike guy sees this, he will probably think this is something more than just a 125, maybe like a 300 or something, because it's a full-sized bike and it looks awesome. It has that aggressive look to it, and I just like the looks. That's one of the reasons I picked this bike. It comes in a bunch of different colors, which is awesome. I picked the matte black one because I just love matte black. Then the second thing I love about this bike is the power. Now I know it's just a 125. I'm not saying it's fast by any means. I'm not saying it's powerful by any means, but it is pretty powerful for a 125. If you compare this bike to different 125s, let's say a Grom. A Grom is a 125, but it has 9 horsepower. This thing has 15. That's almost double. And I know a Grom is small, blah blah blah. I know that. I'm not stupid. Comparing this to a CBR has 13 horsepower, I believe. Once again, this is 15. That's a 2 horsepower difference. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it's nice to have that tiny bit of extra power, especially when you're driving on the highway. It's nice to have that little bit extra horsepower, it's not a huge difference. But I mean, I've been on a CBR, and it's not that it's a huge noticeable difference, but it's there. You can kind of like almost feel it. Maybe it's just in my head, but I just think it's awesome that this is a 15 horsepower bike, because that's the maximum a 125cc is allowed to be here in Belgium. I don't know in other parts of the world, but if you're 18, the maximum you're allowed to drive is a 125cc with a maximum of 15 horsepower, if I'm not mistaken. So it's awesome that Yamaha maxed it out, so to speak, and I like that about this bike. Look, once again, I'm using the Honda CBR and the Grom as an example. That doesn't mean I hate those bikes and that they're bad bikes. I love a Grom. I think they're awesome. I'm just using them as an example. Third thing I love about these bikes is the fuel consumption. It's a 125. They don't use a lot of fuel. One full tank gives me around 250 to 300 if I'm really pushing it kilometers, which is awesome, which is really awesome. And now I have 600, and I think I went to the gas station twice. Yeah, I went to the gas station twice, and then at home I filled it up with 4 liters of gasoline that we have left in a jerry can at home. And now I still have a half tank, and I'm almost at 700 kilometers. So it's really, really awesome. The fourth thing I like about this bike is it's comfortable. I can go over bumps and stuff, and I don't really feel them. Well, if there are potholes, obviously, but it's a smooth ride, very comfortable, good suspension, especially compared to my PBR. Obviously, it was a Chinese little 4-stroke, but I think they're really comfortable. You can take these on a long ride. Only downside to having a super sport style bike is you can get a little bit of strain in your wrists because of the seating position. But overall, I think they're pretty comfortable. Not bad at all. And fifth and final thing I like, or I love about these bikes is the dash. I don't know why, but I just really seem to like it. The older models have a different dash. You have like a analog and digital display mixed. But I like this dash. It's clear. All of your information is right there. Top left, you have your temps. In the middle, you have your RPM and your speeds. Bottom left, you have different information things that you can cycle through with the push of a button. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm just quickly scrolling through all of them, which is pretty cool. Top right, you have your fuel, and bottom right, you have your clock and your total kilometers. Then on top, you have a indication light for when you're hitting your rev limiter. It starts flashing bright white, which is awesome. Then to the right, you cannot see it, but there are 3 lights. They are right in here. 3 lights. They are for your fuel light when you're low on fuel. One is for engine failure when there's something wrong with the engine, and one is ABS if I'm not mistaken. And then at the left there are also a few lights. One is neutral, one is indicators, as you guys can see, which is awesome. Also, when you're low on fuel, a message will pop up on your display saying low fuel. I think it's really awesome to have this kind of in-depth dashboard. I don't know why, I just like the little things. So this was it. 5 things I like about the Yamaha YZF R-125. I've had this bike for a little bit, not too long, as you guys know. I'm almost at 700 kilometers, which is not a lot at all. So this is like my first kind of video about the initial things I like about this bike. Maybe down the road there will be a few things that I start to dislike or that grow on me, but for now these are the 5 things. Next week I might do a thing about the initial 5 things I hate about this bike. I don't know yet, maybe, probably. So stay tuned if you want to see that. Once again, this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying this is the best bike out there or anything. Once again, I use the Hondas as an example. They're great bikes, don't get me wrong, they're great bikes. I just used it as an example. Each of these bikes has their weaknesses and their strengths. Would I recommend this bike as a first like 125cc bike? Absolutely. It's a little bit pricey though, but it's an awesome bike in my opinion. That being said, this was the 5 things I liked about this bike. If you want to support me, you can always buy a t-shirt. Links in the description. They're still for sale. All of the money is going straight into this bike. First thing I'm going to buy is probably an exhaust. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media, links in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!